There's clearly deception and envy, and there's clearly a big personal problem. People hate to see your unconventional family prospering out in the world. They are so negative. Your spouses get so harassed and overwhelmed by the constant complaining, verbal lashings, and use of force. Like the men are having a hard time giving affirmative consent because people are getting desperate, literally. Your partners see that you receive a lot of hate. Some of these partners betrayed, and they are in a public forum getting highlighted for going to prison or some other violation that has resulted in a deep rejection or a ban from the organization. Some of these partners pretended to be an ally, but they were really envious of your gifts. They have not cooperated or obeyed instructions, which means that they have a shadow attachment of envy or some other vice related to you where they keep showing an uncontrollable emotional insecurity and fall into a fight for dominance and control. Your partners get emasculated often. They are going out of business and cannot defend imbalanced decision making in court. They receive a significant reduction of power. They don't have enough vigor. If you're looking for a partner to take on a traditional male role or have a man's confidence, this is not it. They are fluid within their sexuality and come from different cultural groups or have a repressed and admonished sexuality in some type of way. These third parties, romantic or not, have been disruptions that are literally causing fear and paranoia. They don't get honored and they struggle openly to compete for your life, occupation, or relationships and get embarrassed for doing something false. These are rejections because they are a fight for dominance, not an emotional bond that is natural and a healthy giving and receiving of love through the center of the heart, the center of truth, the heart chakra. These partners are often receptive to superficial or shallow projections imitating your personality in life. That's a mental illness. Someone projecting envy by mimicking your mind, speech, and artwork is not a relationship. LOL. They became obsessed with your house and unconventional powers that have brought you a wealth that clearly cannot be mimicked. Your gift is unique. They were not gifted or innovative. They wish they had an epic legacy like yours, but the only legacy they'll maintain is making history for going to prison or getting canceled for violating the garden. Partners who showed an emotional insecurity and let waste and corruption infiltrate the garden have aided, abetted, and enabled. That's a huge violation and a big misstep. The discord is irreversible. They regret everything. They thought they could conceal that they were secretly turning against you and behind the scenes jumping on a bandwagon of gang stalkers that hate you. But your third eye chakra was open, you have an increased awareness, and they can't get anything past you. They fold and flop as instinctual response, and this is a karmic challenge related to unhealed instincts. This is a struggle with the unconventional nature of your relationship based on your age, gender, or race. This is why the discomfort is rising because it's their instincts that make them behave this way. And these are literally people that hate you. So you will never be comfortable around someone who turns to a hatred to cope with their incurable maladies. These people have been made to feel extremely powerless, and you've had to defend yourself at court. You've made them powerless, infertile, extinct, and have weakened a legal statute. They lost efficacy with the government, military, or legal intervention that have helped you produce a desired and intended result. Your strict and controlled conditions cannot be messed with. They feel so powerless, and with the court closure, they have no hope in the future. Some of the Jelly Team women have been getting receptive, but they were too late for sisterhood, especially if they started stealing and committing crimes. They are ruthless and impulsive and cannot compare to your creation. Your position is filled, and their occupation has a lower security clearance and honor because they're simply not skilled enough. They are not experts, mavens, or nowhere near an executive. They don't understand how to operate. Do not compare your body or beauty. They are not skilled. They were using a luck of the Irish, of some type of wealth that they've garnered, as a bargaining chip. Your beauty and body has nothing to do with them being deprived of focused intentions to bring their dreams into reality with wisdom and compassion. They used force and did not get the same results. That's the proof. The big difference is the proof, and an inability to defend envy in court as to why they have been violating oath and ethics. They are humiliated and receiving a significant reduction of power. Some of them grew enraged and left because you kept it professional and decided not to have sex with them. This led to broken promises and a turn to the envious gang stalkers for a corruption to undermine your security or sabotage your influence. You are taming their wild egos and exposing the shadow they tried to conceal behind a convention. They were not the root of desire. They just got rejected for sex when they showed an emotional insecurity that made you uncomfortable. They were a mental illness and an inability to accept rejection. They did not have enough enthusiasm, energy, force, vitality, or confidence to evolve with your healthy, robust, and intense growth. You are finally growing an increased awareness of the false person in your family or around your family. This has been occurring since you've been a child, and you have not been fully developed within your prefrontal cortex and have had to learn a cognition and get a basic grasp and understanding about what has been going on here. You may even be able to feel this person's sensations around your aura to help you challenge your perception. Some of this corruption is because of a discord with the military or a person in a position of authority. They were seduced by their own power or their role as a father in a perverse way. They claim to be liberating or to be creating and supporting life as a guiding light within a tribal unit. They ask you to wait so that they can help and support people who are envious of you. Unfortunately, that investment risk led to a totality. They are losing full security and may face sanctions at court. You are grounded and very stable, but you did not respond kindly to the looping in the envy. That was strange and unbeknownst. It became a contest to try to defend something illegitimate and criminal in court. They were receptive to an envy. They tried to see their virtue instead of their vice because they also share the same vice. But this transmutation is where you defend yourself from a negative force. You are not a child anymore. You are in your economic power and you are the boss. Partners have been enabling their expression, which has been incomprehensible to you. This has been a waste of time and resources that they cannot recover. It's strictly business. We don't need to converse about anything. You are totally devoid of emotions and have become indifferent, which makes it hard for your partners to make their decisions based on matters of the heart. Through all the growing pains, you have people embittered, and you've also grown cold. They were dragged and humiliated at court when you brought a divine and universal intelligence that made people aware of a shadow projection of pain and shame that they were previously oblivious to. That was super embarrassing. And the greater awareness we receive, the rising of the discomfort also. All this teaching that you've been doing has been to engender common sense, has made you change your perspective, and you no longer give them hugs and high honors. If you've had to teach them so much and they simply reflect the personality and identity theft, then it's truly not a situation that serves you. They are the worthless, hallucinating trash that cannot control themselves, and this is a mental illness you're not responsible for. Your gifts and family are highly envied. There's a long transcription detailing this person's shadow attachment to you that's enabling you to find a pattern of behavior that's been abusive at court. Bringing the shadow to the light has led to an increasing discomfort. They all picked you, and it shows because they did not get the same results. You may have been blindsided by the fact that people have been jealous of you. But while you've been ill, there have been people that have not been able to stop thinking about you, which means that they're really unhappy and you barely know them or remembered that they existed. People get really unstable and depressed when you haven't really thought about them. Health is truly wealth, and you are the wealthiest. You are endowed a great fortune because of your commitment to your personal betterment. Next, you will experience growing pains working your occupation. Envy stole intimacy from your family and marriages, and those relationships are losing security. If they aided, abetted, and enabled, they are also going to prison. You are young and rich and have your whole life ahead of you. You don't need to be tethered to some hallucinating trash that can't sustain. You get offers of marriage all the time, but now that you have your own financial security, you don't need to be married. Romantic partners who are not healthy will have a problem with you having your own money, you being much younger than them and very successful at a young age, or have developed too many insecurities when you collaborate with other men for work. They cannot be saved. These triangulations have been narcissistic and never worked out and never will. Many of them are truly hideous and cannot be rendered safe around your beauty and body. And now that you are receiving unexpected money and safety, they can no longer hide. You have illuminated a deep subconscious fear and illusion rooted in pain and shame, where they have attracted to misfortune because there's an outnumbering of ugly, homely women who are envious. The irony, Maxer, is that this is all envy, even the men, because they did not have enough male strength. They're hideous and out of control, struggling for dominance and struggling about something unconventional around your relationship that makes them feel emasculated. You cannot be body type because your body is better. Stop denying the realities. You lost. This is not an unconventional problem. This is a fact of reality. This is not politicking if you're the one envious and committing crimes. There's no debate. You illuminated a subconscious thing. This karmic challenge of fawning and flopping as an instinctual response with envious gang stalkers because your wealth and gifts have made you a rich girl and you are loved dearly for your gift and occupation of service. This is not a beauty contest, but if they're in a contest, they lost that one too. Those competing for your partner were competing for wealth and had not been competent. Some of them started fighting with the children, and that's how you know it's a mortuary. These are the suspects for crime.